Welcome back. If you like watching people look at stock charts and you like BNN Bloomberg's Market Call, you're in the right place. We have Market Call Recap here on the Early Buffett YouTube channel, where I do a daily review of the guests' top picks and kind of take a look at what I'm seeing and kind of share it with the community. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a broker or CMT, so please do your own due diligence, and this is by no means financial advice. So today, Mike Vinokur was on the show, and he had a few interesting picks. He had State Street, Cisco, and Magna International. So without further ado, let's take a look at the markets. We're again at all-time highs on the S&P 500. Speaking of State Street, who administers the SPY, I mean, we could look at the SPY. We're up, 0.5%. So things are looking strong. NASDAQ up 1%, really, really strong. I mean, all the chip stocks are way up today. So everything's looking quite strong. And, that's probably giving more cause for a pullback here because we're getting a little bit oversold. We're, 76 on the RSI on the NASDAQ, 76 on the RSI on the S&P index as well. So things are a little bit spicy. We'll see what happens in the next I mean, typically July is pretty strong, so we'll see. I mean, up until the middle of July, I believe, and then seasonally it tends to go down a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Dow Jones doing its Dow Jones thing, just kind of chugging along here. So things are looking good. Meanwhile, here in Canada, we're down. I mean, big ugly candle right here. We're down 0.83%. So not looking good for the Canadian market right now, but we've had some strength in the past couple of weeks. So just pulling back, which is completely normal. So Mike Vinokur, State Street. I like this one. I do like this one. I mean, it's been beaten down quite a bit. Can measure it from those, Jan. I mean, we could take a look at Feb 2023. We're down 20%, right? So he likes them as, the largest custodian. They administer the SPY, which is, one of the largest trading instruments in the world. So, he likes their lending business, ETF management, and they have ample excess capital. So they're looking pretty good. The chart, in terms of, if we look at the 1 year, we are, what I'd say here, we're kind of stuck in a trading range, right? So you could draw the lines however you want to draw the lines. But I'd see here at the, we have about 78 on the upper level, and we have, let me grab that. We're down to, 70, 71 at the bottom of the range. So we've been knocking around here for, pretty much the entire year since the beginning of January here. So, and we're kind of stuck in the middle now. We're under, the 50-day. So I would imagine it's going to kind of just continue on its merry way here, just kind of bouncing around here. If it does start to break down, we'll have some support at 64. But if we break above this, we've touched that 78 level about 3 times now this year. So if we make our way back up there and we break above it, we're going to fill this pocket, I'm sure. So, I'd say $90 is probably going to be the next target after that. So we'll wait. I mean, it's probably good for a trade. You can pick it up at 70 and then ride it up and see if you want to take some off the table at 78 and then let the rest run. Probably be a good trade right there. So Cisco, we've looked at Cisco. So I have we could take a look. I did this, I should have checked that, but I'll leave it at that for now. But look, we peaked above. I believe we did it sometime last week. So we came above that downward trending line that I drew, and now we're back below it. So, and declining volume as well. So not looking that great, but hard to say where we're going to go next. We are kind of stuck in this 46 level. But he sees it as not our dad's Cisco. I mean, they've, done some good acquisitions. They're trying to, kind of get the old tech name, or an old tech reputation, I should say, behind them. But, it's critical infrastructure that they have. They have a nice dividend, great balance sheet, recurring annual revenue. So, and they see it as undervalued as well. So, but what are the technicals telling us? I mean, this is just a whippy stock altogether. I mean, it's probably going to stay around here for quite some time, but this line that I drew, this long-term upward trending line from the COVID lows, we'll see. Are we going to bounce back off that? Because now we're back in this range that I drew, right? This downward trending line. So we'll see. I mean, we got to stay up. I mean, we stayed above it for several days, and then we were kind of peaking back below. So we'll see what happens if we, climb back over it. Probably good up until the 200-day, and then you're going to meet some resistance probably around the 50 level, which is a nice round number. So we'll probably get some resistance there. So I'd probably play this for a trade. An argument could be made for a small head and shoulders pattern that's, starting right here. I could zoom in there a little bit more and see what it looks like. Yeah, you got the shoulders here, head here. So, it's just, glued to the moving averages here. So we're probably going to bounce around here for quite some time. And if we break out, probably be a good time to grab some and then ride it up through to 50. If it goes through 50, you're probably looking pretty good. But again, if anyone tells you they know exactly where it's going, they are lying. We don't know. But, we make educated guesses based on, the indicators and support resistance levels. And that's just what I'm seeing. Could be a reversal here. A lot of buying came in here. So, all these buyers are going to want to, hang on and see this run higher. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, Magna's been really beaten down. I mean, I don't follow it very much, but it's, I'll call it half of what it was back in 2021 in those highs. So, probably deep value, but they're diversified across all of the automakers. So, and, auto sales I read in GM and Ford are up, so I wouldn't be surprised if they start to catch a bid here. So, and the one thing that Mike mentioned as well, which was interesting, that the U.S. average age of fleets of the U.S. fleet is the highest since records have been kept. So you have aging vehicles on the road. They need maintenance. They need parts. Magna's in that space. But just looking at the technicals of this chart, I mean, we've broken through these critical support levels. We've broken through all of them. So that's tough. I mean, we're trading. All the moving averages are downsloping. We're trading, almost below. I mean, yeah, we're still below the 20-day. So this is, that's a tough one. Maybe pick up a small position. If you're in this for a trade and you're fine with going a little bit lower. Starting position here. Is it going to go back down to these COVID lows here, which was about $36, call it? That's, could be the next one, but you could see where we bounced off this September 2020 before this gigantic rally, right? So we're hugging that now. So that's probably a good sign. I don't know how long we've hugged it for, but it's a couple weeks now. So, if we stick around there, you could draw, another line at that level where we are, call it 50, 58-ish. Probably good for a little bit of a trade if it bounces. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be any catalysts around the corner. Again, I don't follow this one very, very closely, but if you want to pick up a small position, expect to maybe pick it up a little bit lower later. We'll see what happens. So if you like this type of content, please give me a like, subscribe, leave a comment, get the conversation going, share it. I'd really appreciate it. Try and get this channel going. And until next time, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday.